to date the beginning of May, which was referenced in my report as well. There was a number of animals that I also had to look at Ingham County, so the dogs were split up to 2 different days to accommodate me.
Yeah, let's talk about, first of all, these dogs, those 4 dogs I referenced. Can you talk about, did you notice or detect any signs of neglect on them?
The concerns for neglect that I would have would be with the very long nails that they had, so that would be a concern for someone not. With long nails, it can be very painful for the animal who starts actually curving their toes, and so when the way they walk, it puts abnormal pressure on the feet and makes them painful. So that would be neglect for the animals. With the concern for severe dental disease that many of the animals had, that indicates lack of care for them in the standpoint of either appropriate diet or concern for just lack of attention to the mouth from the standpoint of appropriate care taken to a veterinarian, that they're letting the mouth go.
Okay. What about hair?
With hair, some of the dogs that I examined had excessive matting to the hair coats, which can create moisture to the skin, scald the skin, irritate the skin. It can lead to a concern for excessive chewing or biting at the skin because the animal's bothered by the area as well. Fecal material, urine in the hair coats, so a lack of care in respect that they weren't being taken care of appropriately by just routine bathing, cleanliness.
What about other concerns regarding worn teeth or broken teeth?
One of the dogs, number 66, did have several broken teeth.
All right, I'll get to that.
Okay.
I'm trying to give generalization.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Specific.
With worn teeth, I would be concerned about the dogs. Many of the dogs had, or several of the dogs had worn incisors, and with the incisors, the very front small teeth, dogs typically don't use these teeth for actually chewing of dog food, canned or dry. And so when the teeth get very worn, it's either due to excessive chewing to the skin, which I did not observe any animals having wounds or marks in the skin that look like excessive chewing, or it's due to usually chewing on something very hard, which could be either bones, per se, which I didn't find any of, or it can be due to cage bars, where if an animal is bored or stressed, that they'll just start chewing at anything around them or chewing at the cage bar fronts would be another consideration.
In your opinion, were the basic care of the dogs that we're talking in question, were their basic needs being met?
They were not.
And do you know what a puppy mill is?
Yes, I do.
Can you tell the jury what a puppy mill is?
A puppy mill, excuse me, would be a facility that's set up for profit. That the goal is to produce as many puppies as possible with no care for the well-being of the animals.
The animals that you observed, were they, in your opinion, were they part of any sort of preventative scheme that you would find in a puppy mill, or not in a puppy mill?
From a preventative standpoint, for preventative health care, since many of these dogs were coming up positive with fecals for multiple parasites as well as heartworm positive, and I would say preventative health care was sadly lacking.
Okay. In your opinion, would you define this place that you observed and the dogs that you observed as a puppy mill?
I would say that it certainly resembles one, yes, from the standpoint of the goal being, or the appearance of the goal from the facility being for profit and putting out puppies, yet lacking in the well-being of the animals.